Thank you, colleagues. The next item of business is consideration of Scottish Parliamentary Corporate Body Motion 24232 on reimbursement of members' expenses scheme. Could I call on Liam MacArthur on behalf of the SPCB to speak to and move the motion?
Thanks very much, Presiding Officer. On behalf of the corporate body, I move the motion to replace the current reimbursement of members' expenses scheme. We're making the change now in order that the new scheme is in place for the start of session 6. This new scheme is the result of two separate reviews, the first that looked at office costs and the other provisions within the scheme, the second that focused on staff costs. Presiding Officer, on behalf of the corporate body, you wrote to all members following these reviews earlier in this session, explaining the detail of the changes proposed. Members also had an opportunity to feed into the reviews, and I'm very grateful to those who helped us with our considerations. As colleagues will not need reminding, a strong Parliament depends on having members equipped to fulfil their role, both in representing their constituents and holding the government of the day to account. These changes ensure members continue to be properly supported in carrying out these important functions. If agreed, from the start of session 6, the staff cost provision limit will be increased to £133,200 per year. That will enable members to employ up to the equivalent of 4 full-time staff in a flexible way to suit individual office needs. The changes also include a new start-up provision, separate to the office cost provision, to help members set up their local office. The scheme will also be simplified by reducing the 4 current provisions, office cost, surgery advertising, telecommunications and members' stationery and postage, into 2 new provisions, an office cost provision and an engagement provision. More flexibility has also been given to members, allowing up to £5,000 to be flexed between these 2 new provisions. This recognises that members work in different ways. The corporate body also recognised that some additional support was needed in other areas. So, for example, the annual limit on staff travel of 74 journeys has been removed. Members with a disability or caring responsibilities who would normally fall into Group 2 of Edinburgh accommodation can now apply to the SPCB to be considered as falling into Group 3. Additional temporary resources can be applied for where a member is absent long term, and the winding up provision has been amended to recognise the support required when a member's status changes following an election, rather than only when a member ceases to be a member. I hope these brief comments are helpful to the Chamber, and on behalf of the corporate body, I move motion S5M 24232. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr MacArthur. And the question on this motion will also be taken at decision time. Now, we're running slightly ahead of schedule, but I am minded to accept a motion without notice under Rule 11.2.4 of Standing Orders that decision time be brought forward to now. Could I call on Graham Day, the Minister, to move such a motion?
Move, Presiding Officer.
Thank you very much. So the question is that decision time is brought forward to now. Are we all agreed?
Yes.
We are agreed. Thank you. So there are 3 questions this evening. The first question is that, now before we move to the question, because I'm going to put this question, because it's an act of Parliament, members will have to vote, I'm going to ask all members to refresh their app. So this is including members who have voted previously. I'm going to ask all members to refresh their app. In fact, what I'll do is I'll have a short suspension. That's probably the best thing to do. I'm going to have a short suspension because there might be some members who didn't vote in the bill earlier who will just be joining us. So a short suspension, allow members to access the app who haven't, and those who already did to refresh the app. So a short suspension. We'll be back in a few moments. Thank you, colleagues. We are now back in session. So we're going to move straight to the vote. And the question is that motion 24257, in the name of Ash Denham, on the Defamation and Malicious Publication Scotland Bill at Stage 3, be agreed. This will be a 1-minute division. Members may cast their votes now.
Yes, I've been vaccinated when I was neither up or down. My wife got it, she was up and down for a day. Yes, I was perfect.
That vote is now closed. Please let me know if you were not able to vote. Thank you, colleagues. The result of the vote on motion 24257 in the name of Ash Denham is yes 118. There were no votes against, there were no abstentions. The motion is agreed and the Defamation and Malicious Publication Scotland Bill is passed. The next question is that motion 24177 in the name of Bill Kidd on behalf of the Standards, Procedures and Public Appointments Committee on Code of Conduct rule changes, treatment of others be agreed. Are we all agreed? Yes. We are agreed. And the final question is that motion 24232 in the name of Liam MacArthur on behalf of the Scottish Parliamentary Corporate Body on reimbursement of members' expenses scheme be agreed. Are we all agreed? Yes. We are agreed. Thank you very much. That concludes decision time. We're going to move on shortly to members' business in the name of Rona Mackay on Eating Disorder Awareness Week, but we'll just take a short pause while members change seats. I would encourage all members to observe social distancing rules, wear their masks and follow the one-way systems when leaving the chamber. Thank you.